Stay fresh music.
Yo, so what's going on guys, it's your boy LaazrGaming. Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I'm sure most of you guys know by now, Rockstar Games have been releasing a shit ton of DLC vehicles, and all of you guys have been going crazy in the comment section asking me, please can I upload another money making method. So I thought I'd go ahead and do so, seeing as there's a really epic way to earn some very easy and fast cash as of today, going on all the way until the 30th. So if you guys aren't aware, Rockstar Games are actually rolling out a double money and double RP promotion on every single stunt race, including the 5 brand new tracks just released yesterday. Now I'm pretty sure the majority of people are just going to have the old school mentality when doing this double money and double RP grind, trying to invite as many players in as possible and put on as many laps as possible. But in actual fact, this is not the best way to make the most money in the least amount of time. If you guys aren't aware, Rockstar Games are always changing how these payouts work depending on the time spent, the amount of plays you get, and I'm aware that every single person on GTA 5 has a different amount of friends. We will have a different amount of time we can spend on the game, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video, is fully breaking down by far the best method that you guys can use as of today, grinding out this method, whether it be solo or with a bunch of friends. That is another thing I want to say about this method. It can be done solo just as good as if you just have like 5 other friends in there. I'm not even joking. And of course it does work on the PS4, Xbox One and PC. If any of you guys are on last gen and you do need some money making methods for last gen, I will leave a link to a video that I've done for you guys a few weeks ago. And nonetheless, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, do be sure to drop a like down below as it shows you guys do support the channel. Also feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so as I did mention in the intro, the double money and RP being offered to all of us for the next couple of days is through the stunt races. Now obviously we all have different skill abilities. There's not really no judging or no concrete definitive payout you can get from races, because there's no calling what might happen, especially in these stunt races. Even the best of drivers can fuck up. So taking everything into account, the time spent in the races, the risk taken for finishing top, plus the eventual payout that you earn, in my personal opinion, this is by far the best method to use to grind out during this double money and RP. Plus it's fun. If you guys remember a few weeks back when I showed you guys the best method during the double money and double RP on the power play, a bunch of you guys really liked that video because it didn't feel like you was grinding money. I'm sure you guys know the same by now. Time really does fly when you guys are having fun, and these stunt races, I think the whole community could agree, these are probably the most fun thing to do in GTA 5 online. So there really is no reason for you to do anything else over the next couple days on GTA 5. So you guys that have watched previous videos of mine, and you'll know that I like to bang out these double money and double RP events through playlists. It just saves you guys a bunch of time, plus you earn a bunch of bonuses by doing it this way. Now unfortunately there is no official Rockstar playlist with any stunt races in them. However, there's no need to stress. All you guys have to do as I'm doing on screen, just be in a free roam session. It could be an invite only or a public session. You want to press start, go across to online, you want to go down to playlist, and you want to select create. Now right at the top it will say stunt races, and from here you guys basically want to select 5 different stunt races. Now this is personal preference to you. If you've done some of these previous, you might have certain favorites you like, definitely include those. Some of you guys might prefer a certain class of car. You can see the type of car on the little thumbnail to the right, so maybe take a few seconds, think of what cars you guys personally own that are fully modded, because obviously you guys have the option to put custom vehicles on, so giving you guys the advantage. Or even if you're doing this solo, it's always good to have your fastest car available so you can get these races done as quick as possible, so you can make the most amount of cash in the shortest amount of time. Now me personally, I was actually setting up this playlist to race with a few friends and do solo, because I have a few different cars in each class that I think are good enough for me to win each race. So as you guys could probably tell already on screen, I've selected a supercar race as well as a motorbike and sports and muscle cars, so a good variation. You guys can do what I do. As a matter of fact, if you guys play on Xbox One, I'll leave my playlist, the one that you can see on screen, down low in the description in case you guys just want to hit this exact playlist that I'm doing. But like I said, you can just do 5 motorbike races because they are probably the fastest. You can get out the way as quick as possible, so on average earning more. But if you guys, like I said, are doing this for a bit of fun as well as money, then switch it up, choose different types of races, maybe races that you haven't done before. Now once you guys have selected the 5 races that you like the look of, all you have to do is back out and then go down to save playlist. Now as soon as you guys save the playlist, all you have to do is give it a name and then back out. Now you guys should notice once you've backed out, all you have to do is go up one to my playlist, and you should see a playlist sitting there waiting for you. Now go ahead and start up your playlist. Now, going off the feedback from my previous videos, I do know a bunch of you guys love to grind at these methods solo, or at least know the best method to do solo. Before I go ahead and show you guys how you can grind this out with a bunch of friends, just so you guys ain't got to rely on anyone else, you can just literally come on GTA 5 and get straight on with it. Now, as I'm sure most of you guys know by now, Rockstar Games always start these races on 2 laps, and as I'm sure most of you guys have come across in the past few weeks playing these stunt races, they seem to always be on 2 laps, and no one ever seems to change this. There is a general perception that this is the best to do, as one single lap is practically pointless. When it's not double money or RP, I think it's something like 2k, 1.5k, so it's like 5k if you do it with 2 laps, which is still 10k during double money and double RP, which is extremely good for doing a fun stunt race. There's no complaining with that. So you guys are about to see, I decided to leave it on 2 laps just for this race to prove my point that adding 1 extra lap is actually the best thing to do while doing these stunt races. Not 4 laps, not 5 laps, but 3 laps. I'm also going to prove why 3 is better than 4 or 3 is better than 2. So as you guys are about to see, as I explained, when I actually finished this first race on 2 laps, I received a very nice 10k, as I mentioned, with a very healthy looking 3.5k RP, which to be honest with you is a bit more than I expected to get for doing this on 2 laps solo. Now, another tip to get some bonus RP during these races is to actually do your first lap really slow on purpose, just so your second lap can definitely beat the first lap, because you actually get rewarded with RP just for beating your lap time. Now, I was actually in a party chat with a couple friends while recording this earlier, and I'm kind of glad that I was, because one of them called me out on something that I think a lot of you guys might also think, and this is another general perception from old school GTA payouts. And he said that in the second race in this playlist, he guarantees I won't get 10k. It's probably because that race pays more, because it was either slightly longer, and this is also pure bullshit. You get exactly the same payout on all of these races depending on the laps. So just to prove this point before I actually show you the payout for 3 laps, as you guys can see, I've moved into the second race now. I'm going to keep things exactly the same, as you guys can see, only 2 laps, and this race is also a different class of car. So if someone tries to tell you, oh, the motorbike races pay more, or the sports car, that's all bullshit, and I'm about to prove this to you right now very quickly. So as you can see on screen, I've got to select a sports car this time. If you guys are going to do sports cars, I would actually suggest going for this car right here, the RE7B. It is by far the fastest car in the game, closely followed by the X80. If you guys think different to that, do be sure to leave a comment down below. I'm interested to think what car you think is the fastest in this class. Nonetheless, as you can clearly see, in the same playlist on the second race, a different race in a different class, and when I finish this race, I still receive a very nice 10k plus another 3,500 RP, which is extremely good for a very, very fun race. Now, you could look at it as we are earning about 5k per lap. Now, we are able to earn 6k just for doing an extra lap, so we're earning an extra grand by literally just doing an extra lap. So when you add 6k 5 times, it really does make a difference to your final payout. We're talking something like an extra 30k every single time you play the playlist. So you got to think how many times you guys are going to be grinding this out over the next couple of days. Trust me, 30k every single time really does add up. Nonetheless, as you guys can see on screen, yet again I'm in a different class of car, so that doesn't make a difference to any of the payouts. This time I'm using sports cars, which is a pretty good class to choose for these races, because there is a wide selection of different cars that are pretty pacey. You've got the Omnis, the Elegee, the Kuruma, you've got the 770. So if there is any of you low ranks watching this that maybe want to grind at this method, definitely put it in sports cars, or muscle cars should I say, and take custom vehicles off, because you will have more of an open playing field and it might be a little bit more fun than just putting pure supercars. Nonetheless, fast forwarding this gameplay, as I did mention to you guys already, instead of earning 10k, we're able to earn 16k by literally just putting an extra lap on there. And on average, all of these stunt race laps only take between like 2 and 3 minutes to complete, so you really have nothing to lose by doing so. Now, as you guys are about to see, once I cross that finish line, I receive a very nice $16,800, so practically 17k and still 3.5 RP. So unfortunately we don't get any RP boost by doing an extra lap, but we do get a big money boost. So obviously I know the majority of you guys watching this video are more interested in the money rather than the RP. So as I did mention, there is going to be a ton of people out there right now by just thinking, oh, every single lap I put on I'm going to be getting an extra 7k. That isn't the case. So as I'm about to prove to you guys, I've actually moved it up from 3 laps now to 4 laps. So going off the old school GTA logic and what most people would think right now, doing an extra lap just means that we're going to get that extra 7k boost again. But just to prove to you guys that this is not the case, you will practically be wasting a load of time just for doing an extra lap with no reward. So as you guys can see, 4 laps done and I still receive 16,800 plus 3.5k RP. So there is absolutely zero incentive to go above 3 laps. Hopefully you guys do appreciate me taking that all this time to go through all of the different types of payouts and testing it out for myself, just so you guys don't end up wasting your time thinking more laps is going to earn you guys a bigger reward. Of course you can slightly increase it again by going up to 5, but when you take everything into account, doing a playlist 5 laps 5 times, that really is just too long. So that's why I said on average, when you take every single thing into account, 3 laps are by far the best and perfect amount just to do. And as I did mention right at the start of the video, you can earn some extra bonuses by having more players in your race, but you got to take everything into account because the difference in payout isn't that big. Is it really worth taking the risk of losing it just for an extra couple grand? Now I'm actually going to give you guys 2 perfect examples of this. So as you guys can see on screen right now, I've got what some would say is the max to earn the bonus in these races, 6 in-game players taking part in the race. It is a massive race, by the way. You can get up to like 16 players, which is way too many. Nonetheless, with all of this taken into account, you will only be earning 18k if you win this race. And of course, there is no guarantees whatsoever that you are going to be able to win this race, even if you're racing against a bunch of noobs and you're fully confident in your skills. Because these stunt races, like I mentioned right at the start, you have so much window of opportunity to fuck up. Look at the gameplay that you can see right on screen. I was leading this race practically for the entire race for a full minute. I even had enough confidence to look behind me and think, where the fuck are these guys? But it happens to the best of the racers on these things. Denied. As you guys can see, even though I got denied once, you just have some glitchy shit with all these stunt abilities. Get whacked into the thing again, and that is my race over. That one mistake can literally cost you these races. So I just want to include this as a little heads up, just for you guys that think you are those racing beasts. There is no guarantees when it comes to this, so it is completely up to you how you want to take it. And it's not even like 2nd place or 3rd place get some good rewards. It does drop by about 5k every single position, which is a lot considering you've only got a 1 in 6 chance of actually winning the race. So as you guys can see, once I actually complete the race, here are the final payouts for all of the positions. So it's not that great unless you guys are coming first. Now you guys that do watch my money making guide, you'll know that I like to go into everything in depth and cover every single angle. So luckily I just remembered right at the end, you can actually do point to point races in these stunt races, so you can't change the laps. So you might think if there's no laps, there's no cap, there's no average, which might be better off rather than doing like 3-4 laps. That isn't the case. As you guys are about to see, these point-to-point races actually pay less than your normal stunt races, even if you're doing 2 laps. So as you guys can see, first place here to just finish this point-to-point race only made 12k for finishing first, which really isn't good when you're taking into account the risk you're taking by facing other players. Me personally, I know I'd rather do this against one other friend or solo. So there we go guys, a brand new video showing you how to maximize the most amount of money from these brand new stunt races during the double money and RP. Hopefully you guys do appreciate me taking some extra time to show you guys several different methods to grind out during this double money and RP, so you can choose which one suits you guys best. Also, if you guys have missed my money making guide from last week, do be sure to go and check that out. It is probably one of the best ever money farming methods I have uploaded on my channel. 100% legit and very easy, so I will leave that link to download in the description in case you guys haven't seen it. Nonetheless, that is going to do it from me guys. Do be sure to show support with a thumbs up down below, and if you guys are new around here, definitely subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video.